From LALATE News Headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a wonderful Monday morning, Memorial Day, with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check updated 2021 today. In this recording, we're going to go over the breaking news that happened on Friday. Leader Schumer confirming not one, but three major developments I have been reporting for over a week. The vote is underway and the vote is starting. We're going to go over how much is at issue in these fourth stimulus check and proposal, and we'll go over when you get it and how you get it. Then the second half of this recording, we'll go over the fifth stimulus that'll raise your benefits up, including my veterans who are also getting a stimulus check. And then in the middle of this recording, we'll go over the big money landing across the board. Cities and counties and states, viewers have been killing it, getting a lot of money, and it's your turn to get that money as well. And I'll go over how you can get that money in this recording. It's a big morning. It's a wonderful morning. I'm excited you're here. Let's get to all the details on an early morning special edition for Memorial Day weekend, and it starts right now. Monday morning, Memorial Day, and thank you for joining me on Early Mornings LA with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check. But first, how's the weather where you are? It was really damp and cold yesterday, even though yesterday was not yet June. It was June gloom here in Southern California and Santa Monica. So how's the weather where you are and where you tune in from? Drop in the comments where you were watching and how it is. Well, in this fourth stimulus check recording, we're going to go over all that incredible news that came in on Friday from Chuck Schumer, leader of the Senate, who said basically everything I had been reporting. The voting is about to start. We'll be going over what's at issue and how much you're going to get. Then in the second half of this recording, we'll go over fifth stimulus, especially for my veterans, that'll raise your benefits up a big amount and then change them lifetime. Oh boy. Big news on that one. And then in the middle of the recording, we go over the money landing locally across the board for you to get. And viewers are just killing it, getting that money. I want you to get it as well. And I'm going to show you how in this video. This is LALATE, the only 24-hour-a-day, 7 days a week financial news channel. Live in the morning, taped in the afternoons, and overnights on this channel. Currently airing at the same time of the show is our new 15-hour overnight show, Overnight Crypto, a hit show, and last night delivered record numbers and record subscribers from just one video. So jump into that show after this. But next, after this, then, is Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record for a reason. We're helping people here. Next stop, 1 million. Also like this video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Let's get right into that fourth stimulus, and it's heating up right now. A House bill and a Senate proposal. Let's compare and contrast. The House bill, written by Jalapal, provides a monthly stimulus check for the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year. The Senate proposal, on the other hand, is slightly different. If you're watching the show just after 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Monday, Memorial Day, get ready to vote, House or Senate, which one you like, but not just yet. The House proposal, 1 year after the pandemic is over. So pandemic plus 1 year. Senate proposal, on the other hand, is stimulus checks just from July to December. But let's go over how much the monthly amounts are. The House bill would be $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter. The Senate amount is, however, unknown on a monthly basis. But word on the street is it's this. Wow. $2,000 a month over 6 months, $12,000. Or $1,400 a month over 6 months, $8,400. That is per person. Now let's go back to Jalapal's bill because of the macroeconomic numbers at play. Jalapal's bill provides a stimulus check for the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year. But some insiders believe that the pandemic may be over by the time the House bills call for a vote. If that's the case, then Jalapal would be providing not pandemic plus 1 year, but just 1 year, which is 12 months of stimulus checks, or $13,000 under Jalapal's bill, which amounts to that amount over 12 months compared to this over 6 months. So now which one do you like? Senate or House? Senate versus House. Jump into the live chat and vote. Which one do you like? Senate versus House? Senate or House? And tell me where you're watching from. All right, let's go over the other details you need to know about forced stimulus this morning. First, do veterans get it? You get it. Who gets the forced stimulus check? You do. If you got the third stimulus check. Single individual, 75,000 or less, you get the forced stimulus check. Married couple, 150,000 or less, you get the forced stimulus check. Double it. Household, 4 or less, you get the forced stimulus check. Quadruple it. And if you're a veteran or on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, survivor benefits, you get the forced stimulus check. Congratulations. Is the stimulus check coming out in waves? It will not. It's a monthly stimulus check. It's not taxable because it's not income. The amount of the stimulus check is the same for adult dependents as for children, as for everyone else. It's a monthly stimulus check, and we don't know if it's taken out for child support. It's currently underway in a two-bill, two-step, two-month process called reconciliation. And remember, I'm just a reporter. I'm not a legislator. They make the representations, not me, but they represent the vote would be by July 4th. That means that the first check would be in the month of July for the month of July, and in the month of August for the month of August. So there you go. That is the start of your forced stimulus check updated 2021 today. But in just a little bit, I have the breaking news from Leader Schumer and all the breaking news that snowballed into his announcement right before it. But first, here's a preview of the second half of this video. In the fall, they're going to do fifth stimulus, and that fifth stimulus has an add-on. It is raising up your benefits, including my veterans, to a new number, a benchmark, the highest of a generation, that'll change your benefits lifetime. I'll be going over all the details on the breaking news that's at issue for that, but that's coming up in a second. But first, let's go to some big money. You've been killing it. Viewers of this channel have been killing this money. Rent, utilities, mortgage, SNAP, you've been getting this money. You've been taking the videos and understanding it. And I'm not going less than an hour with a viewer sending me a message in the comments of the live chat or on the comments of the channel or on the comments of social media saying, thank you, I got anything from $1 to $10,000. So keep on getting that money. When you have a success story, drop it in the comments so other viewers see it, they get empowered, and I get empowered as well. All right, there is first a lot of money, and I'm going to get you a lot of money right now, so get a pen and paper ready. It's starting with $350 billion. No, not $350 billion for you. It's to share. So the federal government under the third stimulus package is sending out $350 billion, and it's for rent, utilities, homeowners mortgage, and homeowners utilities. So where do you get that money? Hope you got that pen and paper ready. It starts with rent, about $5,000 for 4 to 6 months of rent, a couple $100 for that mortgage, and also for that utilities as well. So you're going to look to 6 locations. Get that pen? Okay, here we go. City Hall, City Housing Authority. County Hall, County Housing Authority. State Hall, State Housing Authority. Keywords you're going to say? Rent assistance because of COVID, or mortgage assistance because of COVID. You do not say stimulus. They don't know that word, stimulus. And with that, understand that every location has different eligibility. So one may say no, go to the next one. They may say yes. They have their own pots of money as well. And I had Tim who got this money. I had Linda who got this money. And I had one of my former volunteers who got money for utilities. That is all in the last 2-3 days. And congratulations to them and anyone else who sent me those very kind messages on getting this pot of money. Let's go to another pot of money. And boy, this is wonderful. It is SNAP. I'm going to go over what is SNAP, how do you get it, how much, and all the success stories. First, what is this? It is money for food. It is money for food. How do you get it? Department of Agriculture, they send it out. DOA, you can also get connected over to them from 2-in-1. How much? It's a fortune. It's a fortune. A family of 4 in Hawaii gets upwards of $16,000 a year because of 2 executive orders, one from Biden, one from Trump, that raised everyone's benefits up 15% through December. So how do you get it? Call up Department of Agriculture, and $16,000 for a family of 4 in Hawaii. Wow. Lynn Glenn has told me her son got his increase. She got her money, and now her mom got her money as well. That family is doing wonderful. Congratulations to all of them. So we're doing really well. 10 minutes into this video, I can actually have $5,000 for rent, $16,000 for SNAP. We are just getting started. We are just getting started. Stay with me to the very end because I got a lot of money for you, and it's continuing right now. First, on the left is that big money coming from the states. The federal government has identified states as owing you thousands of dollars, and one viewer got $5,000 for this. What is this? The federal government determined that states had overpaid unemployment benefits to its citizens due to computer error, and then told the citizens to return the money, which you did. Federal government says, nope, that was the citizens' money to keep. They should not have been ordered to return it. So now the federal government has ordered the states to return the money back to you. Congratulations. How are you going to get the money? It's coming to come on the bank account that you have on file with your unemployment department. Finally, when are you getting the money? Every state is different, so reach out to your respective state for routing times. All right, let's go to the second pot of money. And this one has a wonderful story to it. About 2 days ago, in our Overnights Crypto Show, which is a 15-hour live show about cryptocurrency, not about stimulus or unemployment, one of the viewers wanted me to know what had happened to him. So he searched me out because he knew I was going to be in the live chat, and he found me. And he said, tell your viewers that I got my money for this on Friday. So I want them to stay positive and want them to know that their money's coming as well. Wow, it's heartwarming. That is the Purple Power in pure form. A viewer that wanted to help others and inform them and use his knowledge to help other people. That is wonderful, wonderful, heartwarming. So let's go over what this money is. It is the money coming back from the federal government for your unemployment benefits. So let's go over how much it is, when you're going to get it, how you get it, and how you can track it. First, how much money is it? It's a lot of money. Another viewer got $2,000 for this. So it is the amount you pay on taxes to IRS for your unemployment benefits in 2020. Here's an example. You had $9,000 of unemployment benefits. You paid to the IRS $5,000 of taxes for all your activity. And of that, $4,000 was your taxes on unemployment benefits. Congratulations, you're getting back a check of $4,000. Next, how are you getting paid? In a check in the mailbox, beige or white. But here's the problem. The check, the envelope is razor thin. So you need to go surgically through the mail throughout the next few days until you find that check, because you do not want to lose or throw it away. If you did have a direct deposit on file with that return, then it's going to that. Next, when are you receiving the money? And that's why that viewer wanted you to know that he got his money. IRS made very clear that the payments are all sent out by the end of May. That does not mean you receive it by the end of May, that they're sent out by the end of May. So they could land the first, second week of June. The first set of payments were sent out to single filers, non-complicated returns, that individual. Then it was single filers, complex returns, and then joint filers, complex returns, then joint filers. And there you go. Really exciting details. And you're just killing it. I want you to continue to get this money. But guess what? It gets even more exciting. And it gets exciting with Chuck. Chuck on Friday came out and confirmed not one, not two, but three of the stories I have been reporting over the last few weeks. What the Chuck? Here we go. First, I had told you that the bipartisan negotiations of the reconciliation was going to end officially, although they may still chat here and there, on Friday. It did. He made that announcement. Number two, I told you that the confirmation of the reconciliation process, which is already underway, would be announced on Friday. It was, number two. And number three, that the final vote, the completion of the whole process, would be no later than approximately July 4th. That's what they had represented, at least early July. He confirmed that as well, number three. So let's go over all the details leading up to why Chuck Schumer made that announcement on Friday. Breaking details, and started with Jalopal, that House member who wrote the House bill for those multiple stimulus checks. When that bill was written, 100+ House Democrats came out in favor of the bill and wrote the president a letter saying, we're going to put this into the fourth stimulus package. Well, Jalopal started the ball rolling about a week ago when Jalopal wrote Chuck a letter saying, call the vote. What are we doing here? Just call the vote. And ironically, the people who signed the letter are among the 100 Democrats. These are about 12 people to this letter. Signed the letter who are among those who had written to the president saying, we're going to put those multiple stimulus checks in the stimulus package. Wow. So why did Jalopal say call the vote? Because basically at this point, there was no other reason to wait around for the Republicans. And now Chuck is calling the vote. You'll learn more about the vote in just a second. It got actually even better than that. Can it get better? It got a lot better. Then on last Friday, a week ago last Friday, this letter was written by 7 House Democrats to the president. What did it say? We're going to work with you, Mr. President, to put those monthly stimulus checks in the fourth stimulus package. Well, what does that mean? What does it mean, work with you? That's a euphemism because the president doesn't write legislation. They do. Well, who are they to write legislation? They are on the House subcommittee that is solely and exclusively responsible for putting stimulus checks in the fourth stimulus package. Oh my goodness. They are on the subcommittee that wrote the stimulus checks for the first, the second, the third, and will do it now for the fourth stimulus package. OMG. And they wrote that letter just a week ago. I think Captain Obvious is looking in through the window. Insanely great news. It got even better. Then a week ago Friday, the President of the United States told insiders that I will give it to the Friday before Memorial Day weekend. After that, no more bipartisan negotiations. You can go start calling your votes. And that's exactly what Schumer said on Friday. Then on Tuesday, the president had some great news, a little complicated, but I'm going to make it easy and breezy for you to understand. The fourth stimulus package is paid for by raising the U.S. corporate tax rate. It's currently 21%. So the president wants to raise it. Well, here's what happened early on Tuesday. The president reached out to the G7 countries around the globe and said, would you agree to raising the global corporate tax rate to 15%? And they said yes. They said yes. Now, that was how the day started. It got even better. Later in the day, the president told insiders that after fourth stimulus becomes law, if he can get those those G7 countries to sign on the dotted line about the global corporate tax rate, he will then come back and drop our corporate tax rate closer to where it is right now. Oh my God, monthly stimulus checks and a lower corporate tax rate can get better than that? It does. It got better than that because on Wednesday, the president saw the latest counterproposal from the Republicans and said, no deal, call the vote. My colleagues in the Senate and the House, call the vote. And then finally on Thursday, the Senate Democrats you've been asking about did what you wanted them to do. They came out and said, we saw the counterproposal. It's time, Leah Schumer, to call the vote. And then finally, what did Schumer say on Friday? We're calling the vote. We're calling the vote. We're not going to wait around. We have started reconciliation. We will finish reconciliation in early July, and we're getting ready to call the vote. Oh my goodness, it doesn't get any better than that, but it does. And that is if you get rent, utilities, homeowners assistance as well. So reach out to the volunteers. They're in the description of this video. Open the description of this video. Find that emoji of a house. Next to the emoji of a house is the word community page with a link to the community page, news.la.com/community. Reach out to the volunteers. They're salt of the earth. They're just like you. And they can help you with finding this money. If you've looked first and can't find it, always try to find it first. But if you can't, then reach out to them. They are separated from Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and they can help you find that rent, utilities, homeowners assistance, and also internet. And I'll be back in 60 seconds with more exciting details about fourth stimulus and also the big lift of fifth stimulus and a special surprise and a tribute this morning. Stay with me. I'll be back in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now on Early Mornings LA. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, and the coffee is brewing. Or is that espresso? Espressotini, how are you? It's Monday morning here on LA with a special Memorial Day broadcast. I'm so excited you're here. I'll be here with you all throughout the day, as I've been with you all weekend long. I don't miss a beat, and I don't want you to miss a beat. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record, because I'm here to help you day in and day out. Also, like this video, 2,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Currently airing right now live on the channel is Overnight's Crypto. Jump into that show after this one's done, and then join me at 9 a.m. with Mornings LA. Let's get to fifth stimulus with the exciting, great details of what's coming this fall and why it's important to be excited about this. First, they're going to raise your benefits up. Then they're going to remove the asset limits under this new reform. Then add an inflationary benchmark, remove the income exclusion, and remove the marriage penalty. This is the SSI reform. Let's go over how it works, who it impacts, why this is so huge, and the breaking news behind this. All right, first, who is this for? You, including my veterans. Everyone's benefits will be raised up to a big new number. And that big new number will be the fifth stimulus number. That's for you if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, and survivor benefits or multiple benefits. Then they'll apply a new benchmark, and that benchmark is inflation. Now, we know what inflation is, but how does a benchmark work? The benchmark is basically an analytical tool where they look and see whether you should step up or stay the same next year in terms of the amount of money you're paid. Well, here's the issue. What's going to be the inflation rate in December when they first apply that step up? Most insiders believe that the inflation rate in December will be the highest of a generation. That is wonderful for you. Let me show you why. Jeremy Siegel about 2 weeks ago said the inflation rate may be 20%. That might be on the high end. Then the head of the Federal Reserve said, well, maybe the growth rate will go from 4.5% now to 10.5% in December. That shows about 7% inflation. And then most analysts are talking about 4 to 7% inflation. Let's choose a number, 6% inflation. Let's show you how it works. First, they're going to raise up everyone's benefits under fifth stimulus. Then they'll apply that benchmark of, let's say, 6% inflation. Your benefits will step up in January next year, 6%, but not just for 1 year, lifetime. Because once your benefits step up, they never step down. So if 3 years after that, the inflation rate is 0, you don't step down, you just stay at +6. And if the year after that, the inflation rate is +1%, then you go up an additional 1%, +6, +1. It's wonderful, wonderful news. Then they're going to remove the asset cap. Dating back to a 1980s law, it's going to go away. It says you can't keep more than $3,000 on hand. That's going to go away. So now you'll be able to keep those stimulus checks in the bank account. They're going to remove the income cap. Dating back to a 1960s law that says you can't get benefits and stay on and also work. That's going to go away as well. And finally, they're going to get rid of the marriage penalty. Horrible. Marriage penalty penalizes if you get married or prevents you from getting married at all for fear of losing your benefits. Marriage penalty would be going away. So love will win, and you would no longer fear losing your benefits. That's fifth stimulus. So when would it impact? It would likely go to a vote around October, November they represent, and that would mean you get the bank money in your hand about November-ish, approximately, and then the step-up letter, December, for January next year. Now, it's important to understand that this stimulus has more money in there than just that SSI reform. And in a given day, I never have enough time in a video that's 30 minutes in length, that's currently at 24 minutes, has enough time for me to go over what else is in the stimulus package. And that's why membership is valuable. This channel offers membership to its viewers. The membership links at the top of the channel pinned comment, where I deliver to you daily a delineation of what's in the fifth stimulus package, the fourth stimulus package, and the third stimulus package law, so that you see and know which monies you're entitled to. Here's an example. The president calls the fifth stimulus package the American Recovery Act, the American Family Plan. But guess what? There's a lot of money in the fifth stimulus that's for single people that don't have families. There's money in there for single people. There's money in there for hazard pay single people. There's money in there for single seniors. So it's important to know what that fifth stimulus has for you. Now, at least subscribe to the channel, because it's important to understand that the month of July is going to get very crowded with a lot of legislation going up for a vote at the same time or crossing the mail at the same time. And that can be confusing to anyone. Here's an example. In the month of July, there's a budget bill they're going to call for a vote. Not this budget bill. Also in the month of July, they could call a vote on other Jalapal standalone bills. Not this Jalapal bill. And also in the month of July, the fourth stimulus checks go out. Four stimulus checks go out. While the third stimulus checks also head out in the mail at the same time. Third and fourth at the same time? Yeah, that's how it gets confusing. Finally, salute to my troops. It's Memorial Day, and boy, I really want to thank you for your service to our country. I want to thank your families for their support of you during your service to our country. And it's because of you that this country is free, and because of this, we live free, and we live prosperously, and we have a wonderful, healthy environment in which we can interact and be normalized people. We are not fearful of foreign invasion. We do not live in a state of emergency. We live in a safe country because of you. And I really, really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. This channel has been a champion for you for day one. When I launched this channel, one of the very first videos I made was about you. When this channel only had about 200 views, I made a video about the second stimulus and SSI, SSDI, Social Security, veterans, and how they're entitled to it. Because no one was talking about you. No one was making videos. And at the same time, many thought that they weren't entitled to stimulus checks. I made that video and went to 3 million views. A record for YouTube, because no one in the financial space ever goes viral to that magnitude, especially for a brand new channel. But it also showed the importance of discussing your issues. And I stayed with your issues all along. Like for third stimulus, there were different waves of stimulus checks. Some veterans got stimulus checks early on, some did not. And some veterans got their own third stimulus announcement for a particular wave when their wave went out. For second stimulus, there was a whole delineation between Department of Veterans Administration and citizens as to whether they had to update information to get their second stimulus check. So I've always remained dedicated, and I always will remain dedicated because of your service to this channel. Finally, let's go back to the voting. The voting of the fourth stimulus will be very big. As we come into Monday, it's important to understand that this channel may still be relatively quiet until Tuesday when people come back from the holidays. But I fully expect that come Tuesday, you're going to see some familiar new faces that may not normally be on the channel. And they may jump in the comments and say, they're not calling a vote because they don't care. They're dragging their feet. They could vote on this on Wednesday and send the checks out on Thursday. Or they can vote on this on Friday and send the checks out on Saturday. This is Nancy. She doesn't care. Here's what you need to know, is I want to empower you with this information so that when all those people come back, then you can share it with them as well. There are 9 constitutional steps to get the reconciliation bill to a finality. And there's no way to cut that shorter. It has nothing to do with Nancy, nothing to do with Chuck, nothing to do with me. It's the Constitution. So let's go over those 9 steps so you're empowered with that information starting right now. The first half are procedural votes. The second half are substantive votes. Step 1, House subcommittees write the procedural law and call it for a vote. Step 2, the House floor calls a vote on the procedural bill. Step 3, the Senate calls a vote on the procedural bill. Step 4, the President signs a procedural bill. At that point, the tow truck has passed over the finish line. Now time to do the tow hitch. The House subcommittee calls a vote on the substantive bill. That's that House Ways and Means subcommittee with those multiple stimulus checks. Then the House floor calls the vote on the substantive bill. Then a 2-day event where the Senate does the vote-a-rama, where they can put in amendments to the fourth stimulus, like monthly stimulus checks, maybe more than even Jalapal. And then finally, the president signs it into law. That is a 9-step process, 9 voting steps. No way to cut this shorter, no way to do it shorter. But with that, that's how we keep it positive on this channel. Information is empowering. And a new political report said that over 50% of people surveyed had no idea what was in fourth or fifth stimulus at all. And the remaining 49% that knew something knew very little. So I want you to be empowered with this information so that if you see someone jump in the comments saying, they're just dragging their feet, they don't care. I want you to share them with the information you've learned with this channel, because there's a lot of information. There's a lot of steps. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of things going on. And guess what's also going to go on? The Purple Power Push is coming back, baby. Of course. We got to bring the Purple Power Push back. Now that they're starting to get down to the nitty-gritty, it's time to start pushing. So you can see more about that in the next few days as well. And with that, thank you for a beautiful Memorial Day morning. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, and the live chat of Overnight's Crypto is currently playing. So jump into that live show right after this one. And then join me on Mornings LA at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 noon. Stay informed, stay focused. Have a beautiful morning. Subscribe. Share these videos on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, and Instagram. Tell people to come on over. Also, like this video. And if possible, bring some bacon tomorrow. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA.